My name is Ryan Hoffman. I am the staff at Outreach for Youth. I came into the ministry about 3 years ago. Kind of a backdrop as far as what brought me here was I came in a place the Bible talks about. I came to myself under the certain circumstances of the way that I had been living for so long. Realized, didn't really know what I needed. I knew I needed something. I came to this ministry, and I didn't really, kind of grew up in church, really didn't know Christ on a personal level. I had heard about Him, heard about what He did on the cross, and the relevance of it didn't hold really much weight for me. I came here, and I experienced God. And the whole purpose of my testimony is to talk about an experience that I had. It's never to argue or to prove that God's real, but just to share about a living God that I had experienced. I experienced it when I came to this ministry, and I kept seeing guys that were changed. Not just guys that were attending AA or NA meetings that were sober. Men that there was just something about them that I couldn't quite put my finger on. And I began to experience God by them accrediting what had happened to them because of what He had done on the cross. They started talking about a man named Jesus Christ. And though I didn't understand it, I experienced what they had. I experienced the potential of what may be, or I had the hope of what was in store for me. And so I began a pursuit. For the first, I'd say probably month and a half. I came in, I was actually homeless for 2 weeks. Staying in downtown Columbus at Faith Mission. I was addicted to drugs. Had burned every bridge. That the addiction in my life had robbed literally everything from me. I began this pursuit, and I made a decision in my mind because I had consequences of my decisions hanging over my head. Made a decision to pursue this God that everybody had been talking about. What Christ had done was being confirmed in these men on a daily basis. And I wanted to experience and continue to experience what they had. And God on a daily basis, in small ways, was allowing me to experience Him. Through all that, I ended up graduating the program, and God made a believer out of me. I struggle with doubt, and the God that I know and serve is a pretty big God. He will make a believer out of you. He'll accept you even if there is doubt, even if you don't know Him. And so I graduated. I felt very strongly to share this answer, to share what I had received with other men. And I stayed on a staff at this ministry. And the Bible in a verse talks about how everyone will be seasoned with fire and every sacrifice seasoned with salt. And while I'd been serving God, I thought that I was doing everything right. I got struck with the fact that I found out I had hepatitis C. Hepatitis C is just another consequence of my drug use. The type of hepatitis I had was type 1, and it's just a harder type to get rid of in the medical field. I knew that because of what Christ had done and how He had increased my faith through my relationship with Him, that if I was to bear this hepatitis C in this life, I knew that when I breathed my last breath in this life and took my first breath in the next, that hepatitis C wouldn't be there. It really brought me to a place of really reflecting. It's easy to have faith and to be a follower of Christ when everything's peaches and cream. But in that time and in that season in my life, that fire really caused me finding that news out to reflect upon what Christ had done on the cross and what I ultimately believed in. Supernaturally, I was healed of hepatitis C. The doctors didn't understand it. I was healed in a way that was unnormal. and I just know that Christ is the answer.
Amen.
And what He's done for me, He can do for anybody. Not just those that are addicted to drugs, or a man that's drinking under a bridge. It's for everybody. Our testimony and testimonies aren't just the fact that the avenue of addiction was in my life, and that brought me to a place of being able to reflect on that and say, man, I'm in need of something in my life. God intervened and stepped in and delivered me from a lot of consequences, but there were still consequences that I had to walk out. If I were to go back, the greatest thing that He did wasn't just deliver me from the addiction of drugs. It was the quality of life that He had given to me, that everyone and anyone can receive. So if, yeah, I think that's it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Cool.
Cool.